Back when I first started with NLP techniques, I was not quite sure why I was not getting the same results than somebody like Bandler, whereas I was saying the same things, the same commands, the same intonation, at least I thought so, and I was not getting 10% of the results I was seeing those people getting on stage with their clients. And it took me a while to realize how much negative conditioning I had been growing up with that was altering my self-confidence and many other things, that was kind of preventing the results I was getting, both with NLP techniques and pretty much anything else in life I was attempting to master. It took me a while to realize that it was because I was trying to use all the techniques without working on my sense of identity, more specifically on who am I becoming through using all those techniques. One example was, okay, I want to be a hypnotist. Let's clarify, because a hypnotist can mean everything and nothing. So when you say, for example, if you want to become a hypnotist or an NLP master or whatever you want to become, which criteria could you attribute to that hypnotist you are becoming, or that salesperson, or that trader, whatever you want to become? Could you add some adjectives, some more criteria, some adverbs to describe how that person is going to behave? What will people say about this hypnotist you are becoming? What will people say when looking at that person you are becoming? That will help to clarify, okay, who am I becoming through mastering all of those techniques? Because the techniques alone are like putting a different color and tattoos on a car to make it seem like a tuning car. Yeah, but that's still not going to change the engine, the motor engine inside it that makes the wheels going, and that can make the car drive faster. This is the engine inside that makes the whole thing work, not the cover outside. All those techniques you are learning, meta programs, anchoring, NLP submodalities, language patterns, those are the techniques. Yes, they are required because they are the bridge between what happens in your head and what will happen in the head of somebody you are influencing. That is still not, though, going to change who you are by itself. Experience can obviously alter your perception of what you can accomplish, but many people will self-sabotage and never learn the one thing they need because their sense of identity is still stuck on somebody who is struggling in life, on somebody that no one likes and that nobody wants to listen to. The whole identity has to shift. So who are you becoming through mastering all those techniques? Once you have mastered all of them, the things you are studying, who will you become, or which next version of yourself will you become that you're still not at this point right now? Once you have clarified that, we can move on and you are going to realize many things will accelerate in your learning. On my end, the new situation I am at right now is pretty much anything I say in any social situation hits the point and people just shut down and listen to me more carefully, because unconsciously I have been adapting to them initially when entering the room. I have calibrated, even without knowing it, how I should talk to this person, to that person. That just became part of who I am at this point, and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore most of the time until I break down in those videos, and then I realize, oh, this is what I did that time. But at this point, it just became intuitive for me to influence people even without knowing what I say. Because the other benefit of having worked on your sense of identity, of clarifying consciously who are you becoming and how can you design exercises that will make you integrate that new part of yourself, or all of those parts of yourself together, that new version of yourself. Once all of this has been integrated and you have been reframing all the past trauma or whatever that used to keep you stuck, then it becomes incredibly easy to do the same thing with other people in turn. You will just spot intuitively, where do people lie to themselves? What are they not honest about? When they say they want to accomplish this, or when they say their situation is perfect like it is, but you know it is not, you will just have a better intuition about that and always know what to tell them so that they evolve and grow into a better version of who they want to become in turn. That is way easier once you have done that initially with yourself. And coming down to the specific ways of getting into that new identity, I know the traditional idea we have of this is, oh, just visualization and the universe will provide, stuff like that. I would say visualization, or like stepping into on the ground, spatial anchoring, the new version of me, that can help. I would just say this is the last part of the process. It is not the beginning. The beginning of the process is, what specifically do I hold for granted, do I take for granted about who I am, that is just not worthy anymore, not valuable anymore. Those old parts of yourself, of myself, of whoever, will try to survive because it is linked with the surroundings you have been growing up with. It is linked with some sense of security, maybe, of some comfort. Somebody who wants to change a career but is afraid of doing so might fear losing the comfort and the security or the recognition, social recognition and respect he has or she has gotten into the current career. So those things may be a block to stopping the person from engaging on the new career of their dreams, for example. And those parts that tend to keep people stuck into where they have been so far are things we need to reframe and to do some parts integration, some parts of negotiation, so that they don't come in conflict. Because what's happening with most people who don't work on those, who don't address the reasons why they are comfortable into the current life situation they have, is that those people, they may try to visualize intensely, try to like affirmations, I will become this. And those people, even when they get the results, they just self-sabotage later down the road, and they get back to where they were, or they will find a new evidence that they are not enough, that they don't have enough certificate. I know many people among you think you don't have enough NLP certificate to become a coach for real. You definitely know more than enough anyway, but that's another discussion. People like that will just find new reasons, things that appear like new reasons for why they are not ready. They cannot be trusted. They cannot be paid too much because they are not worthy yet. This is just a symptom of which parts of yourself did you not address that want to stay the same, want to keep feeling comfortable and remain the same at all cost. That is a tricky thing, and without the eyes of somebody else looking at you who has done that work himself or herself initially, that may be difficult to figure out what specifically in me is holding me back. To help you, if you want my help with this, I have prepared a series of 5 specific NLP techniques put in a very specific sequence. In the beginning, I would encourage to only use them in the sequence I have been outlining them down below, first link, on this method, because I, on purpose, selected the things that will help integrate or reframe the parts of yourself that may be stuck, and only then will we get into the visualization techniques that can help build and grow a new version of yourself. This has to happen in a sequence. Once you have a lot of experience, you can just alternate and mix them together, mix the steps all together. In the beginning, I would seriously encourage to only follow the steps in order, and that way you can just change things in yourself if you follow the program for yourself with things you have trouble changing yourself. Or you can right away, if you know you are more advanced and you have already done a few things, you have already accomplished quite a few impressive goals yourself, then you can just take notes of which steps are they, which techniques are they, and use them with your next client and notice the difference. They will go through a complete shift by the end of the session with those 5 NLP techniques, one after the other, or eventually 2 sessions if it is too much to do in just one, if you don't have enough time or whatever. It is just something I noticed was working much better over the years because we respect the way the mind naturally learns and adapts through time. So this program is on the first link down below in the description. I will be glad to see you there, and thank you for listening. Good luck on your projects, and see you in the next video.